I think the first woman here will always be Lady Rosie. I think our demographic is down to one woman, confirmed, and so she'll always be first, no matter when she shows up. Yeah, she'll be here at some point. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna keep you guys. I'm not gonna blah blah blah. No, we're gonna do a simple 1v1, and let's see what happens. You guys look good, right? Everybody looking good. We're looking good. I'm looking good. You're looking good. It's Friday. No civilian traffic. This can be one-on-one mano-a-mano in the daytime against a frigate, an ASW frigate. They coming for us, boys. We're going to put him a little bit far away so I have some time to set things up. I do like that when the enemy distance is close, it is snapshot close. You had better get on that contact. You had better set up your weapon, and you had better get it in the water in about 90 seconds. Yeah, it's that close means close now. So I default to medium unless I want to go further out, right? We're not going to start surface. That's silly. But let's start shallow because we are going to have to get eyeballs on target quite quickly. We're going to be shooting on visual bearings. We're going to do the like a quick look, dip the mast, enter in the visual bearings. I'll show you how to do all that in the computer there. We are going to do block 4. I'm sorry, but I've fallen in love with block 4. Block 4 integrates so many tools that really exist that I think it's the best block in the game right now. Obviously, it's the most modern block version of the submarine in the game right now. But they have integrated so much more than, say, the block 1 has in terms of sonar cursor tools that I know exist but are not in this sim. There's more stuff that really exists in block 4. Oh, and I'm covering it up. Oh my gosh. Right here. See this right here? Block 1, 2, 3, 4. I always go with block 4 at this point. Always. Always. Oh, okay, I'm back. Hi. Miss me? Okay. Let's get started. Oh, look at the date. What? Oh, what? Okay. Summertime sucks for sonar. Well, we're near the equator, but so let's go straight up January. Like it's Christmas time, baby. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I love it. Okay, calm down. Hold. Woo, we got a long ways to go. We can't be burning that energy this early. Yeah, that's just easy there. Easy. That's huge. You have no idea how huge this is in terms of sonar performance. Imagine a layer depth that's not at 72 feet. Just for a moment. We might get that today. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's start. This is literally Christmas for a sonar tech right here. Is what this is. This is a good time. Yeah. If you're not having fun playing this game, join the army because this is the sweet stuff. This is what we work so hard for in the Navy. All the inspections and maintenance and going underway over and over and over again, so that one day we might get the call from the admiral or the squadron, time to go, and you got to be ready to go when that happens, right? So, it's backwards. It's backward. Okay, hold up. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Okay, we put the map over there. And then we put the time bearing plot, which means nothing to you landlubbers, but it's important. I'll teach you how to use that someday. I will. I promise. Whew, calm down, Aaron. My energy level just spiked because I can set the date. That's Mom, and she won't leave me alone. Stop it. All right, fine. What does she want? Stop calling me on the phone. All right, what's our total water depth? I don't know. What do we have here? Bearing 216. Holy smokes, 5 kilohertz, and he's melting the plastic off the outside of the hull. You did not know there was plastic there. There is. Look at that. Okay, so they did make a mention of this in the notes. This is... They are aware of this. We have one active out there bearing on this active bearing here. You can see all the data is the same, but it just gave it 4 tracker numbers. They didn't say whether or not that was intentional, but they did mention it in the notes. I will go over the patch notes. I will. We're gonna get a snapshot. Oh, look at the sweet. Let's get it. Calm. Hold. Oh, I'm gonna get him. But I'm gonna let the computer do the work. I gotta learn to let the computer do the work. I could do all that myself. I could. I probably should. But I'm going to train the computer. I'm going to train my brain to work with the computer. Make it up 5-4 feet. All right. I got to let the computer do the work. I could do all this myself, and that would be a lot of fun. But how many weapons do we... Oh, yeah, weapons. All right, this guy is definitely close. We know he's close. We're going to go ahead and just flood. Make ready, flood. Make ready, flood. Okay. All right, let's get... You know what? ESM... Yeah, fine. I know. ESM gets neglected. They're like, he never thinks of ESM. Well, there you go. Okay. I'm going to do that again. There you go. All right, I'm going to do... You know what? Maybe he's not awake yet. Oh, she was getting her hair did. That's all that was. Okay, not a big deal. Listen, we have multi-crew now, so we got to be sensitive to the needs of the crew members, right? We got to be sensitive. All right, put me on the bearing of Sierra 1. Uh-oh. Why don't we not have a bearing? And why is my periscope so far out of the flipping water? What? Oh, where's he at? Where's he at? No close contacts. No close. No airborne. All right, we're going to be detected. Down, 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 down. That was already too much mast exposure. What's his... Oh. Where's my sonar tech at? That's why we didn't have Sierra 1 on the screen. Fine, I'll do it myself. 220 rather. There he is. Up. Come on, baby. Put me up. Uh-oh. What the hell? Where's he at? There he is. All right. 10,800 yards down. So 10,800 yards, this angle in the bow is a starboard 20? I'll say starboard 30. I always give it extra 10 because I'm not very good at the bow calls. And then speed, I'm going to assume 8 knots for now. It is a warship. Notice how I'm putting all the information in with the scope lowered. Write that down. Do not leave the scope up while you do that. All right. I'm going to come over here. We're going to do that. All right, range is 10,800 yards by laser. Oh, wow. And by now, it's probably 400 yards because it's taking me so long. His course is 020-ish. We'll say 030. His speed is... Sorry, I was doing karate in my head there for a second. You're like, what was all the hands for? I was throwing hands and sonar. That's what we do. All right. That's him. Shoot that. Oh, hell yeah. God bless, that's good. Look at me. Look how good that is. Oh, I'm so good at this game. Okay. Calm. All right. Tube's flooded. Open the door. Open door. We're going to go to Mark 48. We're going to go to Victor 1. Tube 1, Victor 1. Ooh. Did I not... Holy cow. Sierra 1 actually has a good solution. Did they fix the AI? Oh my God. I didn't even get to that part in the patch notes. Holy smokes. All right. Assign that to Tube 1. Final bearing and shoot. Well, firing point procedures. Sierra 1, Tube 2 up. Final bearing and shoot. Yeah, his angle on the bow is definitely 2-0. Down. 11,000 yards. How's he opening? Check fire. That doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look at sonar. Luckily, he's 10,000 yards away. We're fine. He's on the right, drawing right. Narrow angle on the bow. He should be closing us quite quickly. What's our speed? 5 knots. 180. Okay. Let's... Oh, not trim. Heading. Come left, steer course. 140. Enter. 140. Enter. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Just double checking that you guys could actually hear me. I usually check this before I do all this. That good. Oh my God, 2 war crimes. 2 days since our last war crime. You guys are slipping. You guys are slipping. Get back on that war crime stuff. Gotta keep that counter. Gotta keep that counter to 1. All right, up. We are maneuvering, so it's gonna be tricky. Yeah, he's pointed right at us. Yeah, we didn't get a good range off that. I'll wait till we're steady on course here. This does stack really well. I love how that stacks. That's such a good stack. You guys are awesome. Fire control's doing a good job. Imagine that. Holy smokes. It literally is Christmas. It literally is Christmas. And then make a little adjustment here for him. I'm going to help you out, fire control. There you go. That stack's perfect. That's so good. 8,000 yards closing. Are we steady on course yet? Course. 163. I said 150, didn't I? We're at 5 knots of periscope depth. We may not be able to wait. We may not be able to wait. Let's go back to the helm. This guy's getting too close for us. What's our... I said 140. Okay. Stay up on course 155. Excellent. It's going to be a good shot. This is going to be such a good shot. We're so good. You're going to be so good. You don't believe how good we're going to be. Oh, it's going to be so good. Take a little peek. Little peeky poo at him. Little peeky poo. There he is. I'm going to do a little sneaky peek. Oh, look at him. Look at him. He has no idea. He has no idea what is about to happen to him. Down. 12,000 yards. He's moving away from us. Son of a bitch. Okay. Turn him around. Flip him around. He's going that way. Apply that. Great. Now, if he has a towed array, we are so screwed. But that's okay. Don't worry about that. Dude, think of the positive things. Like maybe he doesn't have a towed array. Think about that. Why not that? Send that shit to tube 1 and tube 2. Arm it. All right. Torpedoes are armed. We're going to shoot 2 torpedoes at this guy. You better open that fucking door right now, Mr. Man. Okay. Let me go back over here. We're going to set up... Oh my God. Thank you. Please scroll. There we go. There we go. I'm going too fast for the computer at the moment. All right. So we're going to do one last look and shoot. Firing point procedure, Sierra 1, tube 2. Final bearing on shoot. Up. Oh, you sweet, sweet thing. I'll be damned, he is moving away from us. Huh. How about that? 15,000 years. Look at him in color. Let's get that sweet, sweet color pick for the Pentagon. You know how much they like that stuff. They're a little freaky over there in the Pentagon. They get off on that stuff. You see that stuff above the urinal in the men's bathroom sometimes. Kind of odd. I'm like, what's going on with that? I don't ask any questions. I'm just glad they let me in the room, honestly. All right. Tube 1. Tube 2, Sierra 1, 1,000 yards. Range. Where's the range at? Give me the range, bitch. Range, 12,500. Okay, fire point procedure, Sierra 2. Sierra 1, tube 2, bearing 223, range 12,090 yards, high confidence, speed is 10 knots, course 219, opening 1,800 yards per minute. That's not good. Good luck. Slap that torpedo in the ass, motherfucker. Let's go. I was supposed to shoot. Oh, there it is. Fire. Uh-oh. It's fine. Go to tube 1 and do it again. Assign it. Presets. Tube 1 arm. Shoot tube 1. Yeah. Go to sonar. This is the wrong sonar display. There we go. All right. This is torpedo number 1, fired from tube 2. That's torpedo number 2, fired from tube 1. We're watching to see if they merge on the bearing of Sierra 1. God, we're already 11 minutes in. It's taken us 11 minutes to sink this guy. That is too slow. We got to get faster at this. The thing that threw me off is he was opening. All right, waiting for the weapon to merge. Weapon's heading towards the bearing of Sierra 1. This is the wire clearance maneuver. Wire clearance maneuver complete on both weapons. Wires are not entangled. That's very important. Oh, okay. Weapons have merged on the same bearing, which is good. And they're moving at the same bearing rate towards Sierra 1, also good. All right, weapons are starting to fade. Let me just quickly check active. He has not changed any modes. Oh, good. So they did address this. So it is one contact. It's going to be tracker or track number 109 in this case. Can you guys see that? Is my head in the way? No, okay, good. It's 5 kilohertz. This is a Type 55 destroyer from China. His signal degradation is going down so fast. This guy is opening at least 10 knots. It might actually be a little bit faster, but I think I'm going to stick with the 10 knot solution. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Now it goes back to 4 again. Okay. I'm not sure why it does that. All right, let's take a look. What is our depth? Okay, we're in deep water, so I can go deep whenever I need to. If we need to go torpedo evasion, we will. I'll show you guys how to do that. Let's just draw our SSP. Layers at 6-9 feet. It changed. Hallelujah, it changed. It's different today. Yay. It's not the same, and that makes me happy. Oh, bottom bounce comes up at 10,000 yards. Okay, it's essentially the same environment as it ever was. All right, so we have 2 weapons merging on the bearing. You can see the intercept course right there. That's not a good... We've got to update the solution. That's not a good course. All right. Up. Update visual angle on the bow on Sierra 1. Sierra 2, yeah. He's definitely... He's almost dead astern. In terms of mass, plus the bearing, Aaron. Come on, there we go. Oh my God, I've already missed because that took me way too long to find the button. Okay, I'm not used to clicking this with a mouse. You hit it with your thumb in real life. Okay. Video games. That's not right. Update the solution. Okay, did I assign a fire controlman? I did. Okay, so what you have to do in this case, he keeps updating it incorrectly. He's doing his best, but he's not doing a very good job of updating Sierra 1 in terms of proper course. So I'm going to have him secure updates on Sierra 1. Sierra 1 is now my responsibility. If I don't update it, it does not get updated. So once you do that, you got to come immediately over here and make sure that you make it correct. So his bearing is fine. His range is like 12,000 yards. But his course is like I must say 190, really. It's barely, it's like 200. Yeah, let's go 200. Yep. Enter that. And let's just apply that for now. Now, let's try and make that stack. I know his... There we go. There we go. Oh, that stack's really good right there. Course 222, and the range came in about 100 yards. Still plenty... Okay, now we got to send that to the weapon. We've just updated fire control. Weapon doesn't know that we've changed anything. So we're going to go to the weapon, and I'm going to update the solution to tube 1 and tube 2, only because they're both going to the same target. And watch how they turn. Their lead lines just updated, so we're chasing down this aft aspect, this rearward aspect destroyer. We're going to blow his... propellers off and bend his shafts and make him our bitch. That's what we're going to do to him. All right. I've increased the enable distance to 1,200 yards. This will alert the target quite early. He'll be able to get decoys in the water. It's unlikely he'll decoy both successfully. We'll see. We will find out together if he is successful in that. Let's get back on the scope. Up. I'm going to update the aspect and the angle of... Look at that. He's definitely... His bearing is his course. His bearing is his course. This damn button's throwing me up. 15,000 yards. This guy's hauling ass. He's got 230. That's his actual course. All right, so let's go back to fire control. Let's put in the board 230. Oh, hello, 230. Right there. We're going to put in a range of 14,000 yards. This guy's hauling. He's already running. He might hear the torpedoes and is like, I'm getting out of here. I don't blame him. He's definitely not doing 8 knots. I wonder if I change the speed if that lines up better. Let's go to 10. Let's go to 15. Oh, it doesn't show me until I enter it? I don't want to do that. Well, I suppose I have to. Okay, that doesn't work at all. Yep, 9. Yeah, no, that's even worse. Well, yeah. Wow, for some reason, 8 knots really stacks for this guy. I think he's going faster than that, but when in doubt, believe the indication. The computer's got a lot more data here than I have mentally. Every time I do it visually, that's 1 data point. This is literally 15 data points. So believe your indications in this case. It's close enough for a hit, that's for sure. We're going to get him. This guy's dead. Nothing can save you now, sir. Make peace with your God, because you're about to meet him. Up. A little bit higher. I remembered where the button was that time. That was nice. I still missed, though. Give me that laser beam. 15,500 yards, this guy's. Oof. Running away. What you running from, bro? Where are you going? Let me go ahead and assign my sonarman here. There he is. Welcome to the team, buddy. All right, let's talk about this screen. So the nice thing about this screen is you can see everything going all the way around the ship, 360 degrees. The blue line is the bow line, so that's the direction we're going. So this is the left-hand side called port, right-hand side called starboard. And you can see our target over here, you know, doing his best to get back to Beijing before he explodes. We ain't gonna let that happen. We got our visual contact here. I manually designated this a warship. That's why it's red right there. So it's hostile. The Sierra number doesn't have any kind of classification on it. We'll see if the AI does that. You can also change the arrays here. We don't have any total arrays out at the moment. Wow. I do like the WA display better than the lab whenever I'm looking at this. These are our weapons. So, how do I begin to explain this? This is the port side, this is the starboard side. So port side weapon was first, and then ran over here and faded after he merged on the bearing of the target. That's good, that's what you want to see. We fired the starboard weapon, tube 1. He was the second weapon launched. Did the same path, the target. Wire clearance maneuvers right there, and then it merges on the target right there. So we have 2 weapons in the water, both at about 8,000 yards at this point, halfway to the target, and we're going to watch it in fire control. This is what, oh my gosh, because he's low bearing rate, all the blue bearing lines are stacking up on top of each other. So it does look like a bit of a mess, but this is honestly probably the easiest shot we're going to get at this range. He's not changing bearing. If we keep the weapons on his bearing, eventually they'll catch him. Okay, our weapons are doing in excess of 40 knots. He's doing, I'm thinking 15, but the computer says 8. At this point, I'm not going to argue with the computer. I know the range is correct and the course is correct, and that's all I need to put a weapon on him. And that's what we're doing here. But look at his opening range rate. Holy smokes. 4,600 yards per minute. That's got to be the weapon. He's not opening that much at 8 knots. There's no way. How's that being calculated? I'm looking at range rate. So range rate, yeah, 230 knots opening is 230 knots. 230 yards per minute opening is accurate. What is this 2,700? What is that? That's got to be the weapon. There's no way that's not the weapon. All right, we've got a little bit of bearing deviation on one, weapon 2. That's fine. All right, let's update our bearing, make sure the target has not maneuvered. Our volunteer, our victim, our target, 16,000 yards, has not maneuvered. He's doing his best to live, but it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to work. Oh, man. So check this out. This is a God's eye view of what's going on here. You can ignore Victor 1 at this point. Sierra 1 is our updated solution. That's what I thought he was doing initially. So you can see, obviously, by having to flip them around. That's what cost us so much time. That's why it was 11 minutes before I had a weapon in the water instead of, I don't know, 90 seconds, which is the standard. That's how much improvement we got to make over the next, I don't know, weeks, months, whatever. Do you know what it is? I've just figured it out. It's the lights. We got to set the lighting properly. Oh, yeah. See, this is what a control room is meant to look like. A little hum from the ventilation. Little glow from the backlit panels. All the flat LCDs doing their thing. Look at all this. Little war crime counter 4. Hey, somebody have a time machine? Jesus. It's 4 day. We got to sync somebody, man. Reset that counter to 1. Oh, man. You know what? Sorry, we never used DSM. Never used DSM. I wonder if he's evading because he saw our mast or because we saw our weapons. I don't know. One of the notes in the new patch, and I put this in the description, is that the mast physics has been changed. So I'll read the exact wordage here as soon as we get done with this episode, this one little encounter we're doing. Hello, hello. 70,000 yards. This guy's hauling, but this guy's doing like 15 knots, maybe 30 knots. I don't know. Look at his range rate. Holy smokes. It's not 8. Fire control is, I don't care what the freaking dots in the math says. That ain't right. He's going faster than 8 knots. Jeez Louise. I mean, it stacks up beautifully, but how is that possible? Oh my God. Hey, listen. The torpedoes are on the bearing. That's what matters, right? That's all that matters. Oh, sonar. Oh, so fire control has our weapons doing this. Well, sonar hasn't properly identified these 2 contacts as our weapons, so I'll give the fire control a pass on that. That's on sonar. If sonar had properly classified these 2 weapons, these 2 contacts as our own weapons, obviously fire control could just look and see what our weapon is doing because the fire control system tells us what our weapon's doing in terms of range and bearing. And we're going to go to that right now. I'm going to show you. Right. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, here it is. I had to scroll down a little bit. All right, so our torpedo course is 235. Our speed is 41 knots. Torpedo bearing is 234 from own ship. Torpedo range is 16,000 yards. Fire control just typed that into CR3 and it would line right up. Oh, it looks like he did too. Or no. Oh, are we evading? Or what's the range right there? Now our torpedo should be in. Yeah, they're in attack mode now. Yes, this is what we want to see. You guys want to see the explosion? All right, I'll show you that explosion. Oh, all right, we'll watch the explosion. That's our boy. Hello, sir. Thank you for volunteering today. Appreciate that. This is a pretty badass little destroyer China built. Kind of impressed with it. Don't tell him I said that, but I am. It's kind of good. It's kind of good. They built a good ship, folks. I mean, what can I say? I'm supposed to sit here and tell you it's not good. It's good, okay? They did a go. Wow, look at that thing. That's a hero shot right there. A thumbnail, that motherfucker. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Where's our target at? He's very close. That's the wake of the target, maybe? Or is that the other torpedo? I don't know. Listen, I just work here and click the mouse, okay? Back it up, man. I'm trying to find a ship. Look at the Bernoulli hump where, oh my God. Oh, look, we're pushing the water out of the way. That's how much energy is in this torpedo. It's like the water doesn't even have time to get out of the way. Yeah. Now, the problem with this shot is warships, real warships in reality, have towed countermeasures. And the torpedo will hit that countermeasure, if the countermeasure is effective, and explode. Or some work another way where it will decoy and attract the weapon but never explode it, running it out of energy. It works both ways. Not the same countermeasure, but there's multiple. Oh, yeah, that's weapon 1. That was tube 2. Oh, yeah. Let's watch the second one. Let's watch it. Whoa, that one. Now that looked like that hit a towed countermeasure right there. You see how early that one exploded? Yeah. So that's what that would look like. I don't know if they have the towed countermeasures in the game. I'm not saying that's what it was, but that's what that looks like. That second shot was not effective. Nope. Sonar is going to be in there, explosion on the bearing of the contact Sierra 1, and high-fiving each other, back there, massaging themselves as they do, because they heard an explosion in sonar, which is always a good time. Oh, he dead in the water now. We got him now, boys. We got him now. Yeah. Now, Sun Gun not dead yet. He not dead. He's got a little engine room trouble. That's all. That's all he's got. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Because I'm not done playing with my food yet. All right. We're going to load tube. What are we going to load? What's in this one? Let's post-launch tubes 1 and tubes 2. Let's go ahead and load a harpoon. Let's get him with a missile. Now, shooting a missile against Type 55 is a waste of your time, folks. Don't do it. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to do it. Type 55 will take the harpoon and bat it down like it's, minor league batting practice. It's not effective. Your harpoons are going to be effective against older and less capable ships. Type 55, even in this state, I would not shoot this weapon. But for the purposes of our training today, I'm going to show you how to shoot a harpoon in this video game. So whenever you're shooting a harpoon or even a Tomahawk land attack missile, you got to build a package for it, a mission for it. So that's what this map looking button does. So we're going to go to anti-ship missile number 1, mission number 1. We don't need to make a new mission because we got it. And I'm just going to say, hey, where's us? We're right there. Okay, I'm going to click the thing. I'm going to click the thing. Oh, ham. That's a horizontal attack mode or pop-up mode. A horizontal attack will go straight in. Pop-up will come in and go down. If you pop up on a Type 55, it'll destroy your harpoon. So I'm gonna do one of each because it'll be fun. All right. Is it gonna make me? It's gonna make me make a new mission. I don't know why. What the hell? Get back in there. Get back in there. Delete the mission. All right, let's try this again. Let's try it again. Okay, we're in ham. Aha, that's what I got. I didn't know. Okay. So we're mission 1. And what this means is the harpoon is going to launch, go to this point, and turn on its radar in the direction that the red caret is facing. Obviously, he's inside that red caret. He's dead center. Now, what you should take into account is that whenever you launch a harpoon forward, it travels about 6 seconds underwater, getting up to the surface. It travels another 5 seconds on its booster. It's actually about 8 seconds on its booster. So it's going to be like way down here before it actually turns to go to this waypoint. If your target is inside 10,000 yards, you're probably going to want to make extra waypoints so that you have the right attack angle. This guy's almost 20,000 yards away, dead in the water. We're going to get a hit. Okay. But just if your target is inside 10, take into account how long it takes for the harpoon and the Tomahawk to get onto course. It's not instant. All right, let's go ahead and save this mission 1. Let me go to my tubes. They're flooded, right? Both are flooded. We're gonna open that door. I'm going to assign mission 1 to tube 2. I'm going to assign mission 1 to tube 1. I'm going to go. What am I going to do? Okay. Yep. We're going to do firing point procedures missile on Sierra 1, tube 2. I intend on launching 2 weapons on this bearing. Bearing mark down 19,000 yards. Update the solution to 19,000 yards. This is why we need like human people doing this, because as I'm calling it out, I expect my operators to be doing this manually. 19,000 yards on that bearing. Apply. That does not change our mission. That's his new. The red diamond is what I just updated. So that's where he is in the system as well as a Sierra number. So I don't need to update that. It's well inside my cone. I'm going to save this as mission 1. And we're going to arm both missiles with mission 1. We're going to shoot tube 2. 3 seconds. Shoot tube 1, get on the scope. Up. Low power. Look forward. Look forward. All right, there he is. That's tube 2, or that's tube 2. That's tube 1. Weapons in the air. You're looking for booster separations, what you're looking for here, folks. There it is. That's booster from tube 2. That's booster from tube 1. Good booster separation. You can assume that the weapons are functioning normally if the booster falls off the ass end of that thing. That's what you want to look for. Now in sonar, you're not going to have a lot of data, but we'll see what sonar has here. Let's go to here. Yeah, like you didn't even really see the launch. Yeah, you should have saw something, but it would have been quick either way. All right, notice how the contact is dead in the water now, and that's why we don't see any sonar data. That's kind of realistic. 6 days, my God. We got to get humping. Where's he at? There he is. All right. Now, can we watch this in color? I kind of want to see the pop-up maneuver. All right. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to watch the missiles because I want you guys to see the pop-up. Oh, look at that. That's a thumbnail. Like and subscribe. Okay. Sorry. Oh. I'm not sure if this is the one that's going to pop up. But look how low he is to the water. Yeah, get some. It's actually very easy for modern defenses to shoot down. But it looks really cool. All right. Yeah! Explosions! Now there should be another one. Oh, that might have been it right there, actually. We'll see if he gets another one. I think both missiles hit right there. Oh, I didn't change the second one to pop up, did I? Whoops. All right. Both missiles just went straight in. So the engine room is cooked, right? I mean, honestly, but the engine room is actually that part, but like Shaft Alley is cooked. They're not launching any helicopters off that. Yeah. Is he going backwards? No way. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right. Yeah, he's not changing nothing. Yeah, that's right. You sit there and you think about what you did. Yeah. You chose the wrong type of capitalism called communism. We don't like that around here. No. It is a nice ship, though. Damn. I hate it when China builds a better ship than we did. Huh. How dare they? Okay. Let's go to mission debrief and see what happens. Exit mission. Success! We shot the Renai class Type 55 destroyer a couple times in the butt. And it was a lot of fun doing it. Okay, so I do like that it did react and he tried to evade by running away. Our weapon, we had one weapon detonate prematurely, which is an indication there might be a countermeasure out there. Something caused it to blow up before it got under the target. Not sure what. Might have been a weapon malfunction. It might have been a sim thing where the simulation, because there was a weapon that had just exploded, right? So there's a lot of disturbance in the water. The weapon might have accurately detected that and detonated sympathetically, thinking that it was under the ship at the time. There's like all sorts of possibilities. We don't really know. But what we do know is that it says success. You can see half the word right there. I have a widescreen monitor. That's why you can't see the whole thing. Sorry, whatever. Highfalutin. That's what I am. Highfalutin. We are going to try and do the campaign again. The campaign has kicked my butt so much. It's embarrassing. I can't get past mission 1. Yeah, what the hell? We're going to try it again. How y'all doing? I haven't read chat at all. Chat's like, does he ever read chat? Nope. 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 What do you guys think of the new camera and lighting? You guys like it? Is it good? Yep. This is the new setup I've been working on this week. I had to dial it in. It wasn't right on Wednesday. It wasn't even close, actually. Time for the first war crime. That's right. Set the war crime counter back to 1. Yep. Okay. And I also want to do like one of these. Uh-oh. Yeah. Now that they've addressed and changed the environment and the mass can be detected, I really wanted to go through some of these missions. But I'm really hung up that other people have done mission 1 of campaign 1 and have moved on to, there's like 18 missions in the campaign. I can't get past the first one. What's up with that? It's called Rainbow Panda, baby. All right, it's off your screen, so I will read it to you. A newly appointed submarine commander in the Pacific Theater, because Trump fired the last one, says your first mission is a 2-day training exercise to a newly commissioned Australian submarine, formerly USS Providence, Flight 2688 class submarine. During the first day, you will participate in an ASW exercise with the Royal Australian Navy. Your objective is to detect, classify, and execute a simulated attack on the Urulu. That's the name of the sub. They renamed Providence to something crazy. And, Australians, man, they off the chain over there. I'm like, yeah. Okay. And we're going to simulate an attack on him or while remaining undetected. Holy smokes. Chat is flying by. What happened? I missed something, didn't I? Yeah. The free account. Thank you for the super chat. That's what I missed. What did he say? Why didn't it come up over here? Oh, no. All right. Super chats are not alerting on my screen, folks. So please, if I miss one, spam the chat like you did. He said, character holding their heads in their hands saying incredible. Oh, that's the, what I on my end, I get a description of the emoji that you guys are seeing. I don't know why it works that way. That doesn't make any sense. Anywho, let's see if anyone's critiquing my work. The El Uru is a famous mountain. Why would you name a submarine after a mountain, you madmen? Unless it's Japan, Mount Fuji makes sense. And it's not a mountain, it's a mesa, you silly goose. Learn your words. You like being ignored, says, okay. Yeah, Vulcan Rider's into that. He's into that, submission stuff, right? Yeah. Ugh. Ayers Rock. Yeah, whatever. Listen, you guys can name your rocks. How bored are you in Australia that you're naming your rocks? I suppose we do the same thing. Yeah. We named a ditch and we called it the Grand Canyon so people would spend money at hotels to go see it. And it's a hole in the ground. It's kind of long. It's got a river at the bottom. Yeah. I've been to the Grand Canyon. It's not impressive. It's big. It is big. And the sunrise is kind of cool. Sunsets too. Yeah, I can't talk crap about it. Grand Canyon is kind of cool. I want to talk crap about it, but I can't. All right, let's set the mood lighting. We're doing our mission. Please, for the love of Pete, succeed this mission. Please, I'm begging you. Let's do it. Okay, let's not beg. That's not how we want to start the stream. We don't want to start the stream begging, right? Let's do this with competence. Now, depth. Well, I'm still on the fence as what the proper depth is. You know what? They have redone the masted antenna calculation. Let's just see if the proper depth is the proper depth for communication. I don't know. And I'm not even going to dial it in because China's watching right now. They're like, take notes. He's about to write the right depth down. No, I'm playing a video game. And so we're going to go to depth. Oh, wait a second. Hold up. We're going to go to depth. And we're going to go to Periscope depth. I'm going to click the button to see what the game says it is. Take that, China man and Daryl in the van. Hey, that rhymes. That kind of rhymes. All right, so we got some dude in ESM. Who we got on sonar? Or this is not sonar. This is the fire control. Would you get off? I'm trying to right click on it. There we go. Let's set up a man there. All right. Yep. And then we got sonar station. That's where the girls hang out. Sonar. There they are. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're coming up. We're coming up. Mm-hmm. I kind of brain farted, but I'm back. I'm back, boys. I was like, what am I doing? I had forgot what I was doing, but now I'm back. And that's called getting old. And that's why they don't let me do this anymore. Because I got old. And then I slowed down. And they were like, why are you so slow? And I was like, why are you so fast? Calm down. And they were like, no. All right. Well, he's coming to Periscope depth. I'm going to do a couple things here. We are going to extend the thin line towed array, and then we're going to extend the fat line towed array because we're looking for a submarine. We ain't going to find them on any other sensor than a towed array. I don't think. That's just me. That's what I'm saying. That's just what I think. The hell do I know? No idea. We're raising masted antennas. We're going to change the color to red. Thermal. Actually, let's leave it color for now. Raise? I raised it, right? Hello? Our depth is 100 feet. I don't expect to have any contacts. What do we got here? Towed array rivet. Yeah. You guys make fun of how I say towed array. I get it. Never gets old. Nope. Never gets old. Let's warm up the old laser beam. What am I doing wrong here? I have it selected. I have it raised. We're at 93 feet. We should start seeing some daylight. We should start seeing something. Hello? Hello? We're at 86 feet. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. It does say raised, right? Mast is raised right there. Yeah, it's raised. Okay, I'm just double checking that the mast is actually raised, because it's acting kind of weird right now. I do have it selected, right? Yeah, it's selected. That's it. Okay. 73 feet. Oh, it's nighttime. I see stars. Oh my God. This is the worst. I can't see crap. Ugh. All right, no close contacts. Yeah. Down. All right, let's go to ESM. Where is ESM at? Oh, that's not ESM. Let's raise the ESM mast. Also, let's try and, now that we're at periscope depth, let's raise all of the communication masts. There it is. One comms antenna, one HDR mast, all the way up. And it should work. But we'll see if it does. I don't know. I didn't make the game. Oh my God, they fixed it. It's receiving from periscope depth. Yay! Yippee! Oh, thank you, Wave Ops. You guys are so good. I love you. Love you. It works properly. What's our depth? 50 feet, it says. That's fine. That's fine. We're getting a message. Print that bitch. Okay, we got the whole message. For realism, I'm going to keep the array up until we're done receiving the entire broadcast. Because what happens is not only do you get one message, you get any message that's in the buffer on the satellite. So it could be more than this message. But for our purposes here today, we know this. But we can just read this real quick. Execution, we're going to transit to point uniform, which is going to be on the chart when I go look at it. And we're going to... I think it's done receiving now. Yeah. It started to receive it again, which we don't need the same message twice. We don't need that. Okay, retract. All right, let's take a look at the chart, which is behind me. We should have an AIS contact, which we apparently do. Yeah, and that's point uniform down there. So our contact is somewhere in the direction to the south. Let's take a look at our sonar environment. I'm going to switch just to fathometer right here. Fathometer. Where my fathometer at? That's not the fathometer. That's the fathometer. Okay, let's go to feet. It's in continuous already. It's thousands of feet below the keel. Excellent. Let's take keep the fathometer up on the top. Down here, this is the one you change. It's lower display. Let's go to SSP. Where are we at? There we are. All right, we're in this ocean here, this little sea. I forget the name of the sea. So we know down to the south is where we want to look. So down here, ray trace that. And the layer is at 30 feet. Excellent. I love that it's not 72 feet. Thank goodness gracious me. So either way, we're below the layer. Oh yeah, we should see this guy. Okay. I'm going to actually use real sonar physics. We should go to 900 feet. That is literally the best place to find him. I say this is how I miss the submarine is because of what I'm about to go do. But doggone it, I'm here to show you guys how it's done, which is hilarious that I keep missing the submarine. Stop it. Stop messing with me, game. All right. Lower all mast and antennas. Retract all mast and antennas. I love that that's one. All right, raise the comms mast. Oh, I know who you are. They want me to vote again. I'm not doing it. I'm done with that shit. Okay, let's go to depth 900 feet. I don't vote. I fund campaigns with cash. So I get what I want no matter who wins. That's how you do it in America, folks. Welcome to it. All right, head 2/3. Let's keep a lookout for a submarine. That scared me for a minute. I saw that contact. I was like, that's him. But that's not real. That's a screensaver. What we want to look at here is TB29, TB23, and the wall in the lab. All right. And now that we're speeding up to 2/3, it's going to be really tough. But whenever we come down to 900 feet, we should be able to, we should have the best detection capability. The layer depth, just to remind everybody, is at 30 feet. So even at periscope depth, we were below the layer. And unless that contact, that submarine's literally on the surface transiting, which I don't think it is, he's going to be below the layer too. Whenever any contact that's below this layer in this environment, because this is a negative gradient here going that way, that means all the sound below the layer is being pushed deep. That's exactly what that means. So let's redraw this to 3,000 feet. Where it begins to go positive again, that's where all the sound go. When I say go positive, I'm talking about the SSP line goes back that direction, just barely a little bit, but goes back. And it's centered around 971 feet. I'm just going to go to 900 feet. So we're going to be right above that. All the sound is being pushed to this blue line. If he's down here at 2,000 feet somehow, the sound's being pushed up. If he's above it up here, it's being pushed down. It's going to this blue line. So whenever you're searching, that's where you want to put your submarine. That's what we're doing here, folks. That's what's happening. Oh yeah, I probably should bring up my displays. So I sped up just to get down to our best search depth quickly. Yep, that's what we're doing. But what I want to do is I want to begin looking in that direction. So I know that he's somewhere bearing like 155 down to the south there. And we're going to start updating narrowband here. Now, whenever I do narrowband, I like to do 5 gram, 5 individual bearings that are all right next to each other, left to right, to right, to right, all the way down the array, centered around this middle gram. This middle gram is the middle. The middle gram is where I put my yellow cursor down here at the bottom. See little yellow arrows, what I'm talking about. It's a white cursor, but yellow arrow. Anyway, that's going to be the center bearing right here. So we're looking this bearing towards southeast or to the left, and then this bearing to the south or to the right. So it's whatever you click on, a little bit left and a little bit right. That's how you read this display. I get this question a lot because it doesn't make a lot of sense what these numbers are. These numbers are the bearings you're looking at, the direction you're looking at. Now, we need data that's down here. We don't have it, right? So I'm going to go to the 3rd gram, which means my top frequency is 1200. Oof. And I'm on the different, I'm on a wrong array. We want to go to these toad arrays down here. Yeah. Oh, it got me. It got me. I almost fell for it, but not again. That's the one time you're going to get me today, video game. That won't happen twice. I guarantee you that. Nope. I almost got excited there. We're at 650 feet going 900 feet. That's what's happening. Anyway, so we're looking at this bearing. I'll put some array gain in. There we go. Now you can see it much better. And what frequencies are we looking for? Well, the 688 in this video game has 150 and 300. Yep. And you're probably like, well, how do you know that? Like, I mean, you guys aren't sonar techs. You guys aren't going to know that. Well, I'll tell you, good sir. That's a good question. You come down here to documentation, baby. Documents. Aha. Modern Naval Warfare Recognition Guide. You want to open this up. You want to open this up right here. And this will open up on in your browser. Browser sounds like a Mario character. Anywho, so here's the sonars for everybody. We want to find the submarines. Submarines are like in section 2, I think. Scroll button, scrolling down. Section 2, submarines. Should be section 8. That'd be hilarious. Oh, okay. We're going to scroll down to the Type 2 688 because that's what the Providence was. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to go through all the Virginias, I guess. Uh-oh. Where's my 688? I might have missed it. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's Flight 1. We want to go to Flight 2. There it is, Flight 2. This is the Providence. Now, Flight 2 has, at slow speeds, it's like a 160. Oh, no, it's 150, literally. Okay, 150, a 180, and a 300. And then if they're going fast, which I don't think they will be, we'll see a stronger 300. Either way, we're going to see a 300, right? But look for the strong 150 or 300. That's really what we want to focus on. All right, so you don't have to be a sonar tech to play the game or enjoy the game. You just do that. You click the button. It tells you the answer. It's pretty easy. All right, so there it is, 150 above my little noggin, and there's 300 right there. And that's why I use this window, because the top frequency is 1200. If you go to window 2, the top frequency is doubled that, 2400. If you go to window 1, it's 3600. So you don't want to squash your frequencies down here to the far left-hand side. You want to vernier or zoom in on it. Okay, and we're going to, oh, are we on depth yet? We are on depth. Let's go ahead and slow down. I had 1/3. All right, and now we can actually begin our narrowband search. You know, speed greatly depreciates how effective your towed arrays are in terms of sensitivity. Let's just quickly check broadband. Make sure we don't actually have this guy broadband, because we might. Okay. And also, do you know what this sucks. Let's do a narrowband search first. I want to turn, but I want to complete my narrowband search before I turn. All right, 160, okay. We're looking at 174. So I've searched from 155 to basically 180 in that little direction. I don't see anything that strikes me. He could be flying down our towed array right now, so I'm going to kind of go the other way. So now I'm looking back to the southeast now, bearing 130. Let's go to 120, 125. What array are we on? Okay. He should be on this gram. I'm overdriving the sensitivity on the processor right now. I greatly increased the input signal. Not a good idea. I just wanted to see if that made any difference. It made it worse. Shoot. He should be on this. He should be right here. Let's check TB29. TB29 is your best towed array for finding submarines. But it's also the most sensitive to any kind of gain input and speed change. Anything over 5 knots, this thing may not be that effective. All right, we're definitely looking almost due east at this point. East to southeast. Oh, I don't see him. I don't see him. Okay. That stinks. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I can't believe this is going to happen a third time. Hit 2/3. Come left, steer course 090. I'm staying at 900 feet. This is our best depth for sure for searching. And I'll show you why while returning. Also, let me go to broadband real quick. Let me stop the updates on narrowband. Let's go to broadband. Okay, just once again, he's not here. If we look at our SSP, we can search at 400 feet, but we don't have as much sensitivity. There's not as much energy at 400 feet than as there is at 971 feet. Most of the energy below the layer is at 971 feet. Okay. And so what I want to do is we're going to head to the east. I'm also going to change my SSP ray trace calculation to the east here. And look at this. It's now modeling our current depth, which is awesome, by the way. Oh, it's so good. So good. I want it to be way out there. Oh, there we go. Okay. We are in a CZ environment, and I love it. CZ environment, very long range detections. You guys can see this where a lot of the beams cross. If anybody goes through this little bubble, this little 3-dimensional space that looks like an oval, like a UAP, those guys from Mars, you'll see them briefly, and then they're going to go away. That was a joke. Someone's going to clip that. The UAPs are not from Mars, they're from China. That's a joke too, okay? Calm down. Yeah, everyone's like, oh my God. Yeah, easy there. Calm. All right, bottom bounce. Man, yeah, there's like no shadow zone. I mean, there is technically, but it's so small. There's no reason why we don't have the submarine right now, other than he's really quiet. Other than the fact that he's a submarine. Oh, did sonar actually gain a contact? No. Well, what are these? Oh, that's our towed array headings. Okay. Own ship heading, towed array heading. Game is saving. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to head east. Let me go to the chart to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on here. So point uniform is kind of the center of our encounter. But I've learned by playing this scenario 2 previous times that the target goes from point uniform, somewhere in this vicinity anyway, and goes north. So we're already north of this position. I'm trying to position myself so that my towed arrays have the best chance to detect him. On our initial course, if he had already gone by us or was going by us, we would have seen him, should have seen him. Because he did not do that, or we'd missed it, which is a possibility, I'm now going to head east and try and cross his path. If we do get a detection here, he's going to be flying either up or down the towed array, depending on when we detect him. He's going to have high bearing rate. That's going to be a problem. Hopefully we see him on broadband. All right, we're almost steady on course. What I want to take a moment and prepare we have 2 training weapons loaded. I want to go ahead and make them ready and flood the tube now so that we are not doing that whenever we're 500 yards away from another submarine, right? And we should be on course. We are. Let's go ahead and slow down 1/3. And we're going to commence our narrowband search. That's not narrowband. Neither is that. What am I looking at? There we go. Okay, so no broadband detection. Let's go back to narrowband, update. And now we want to be looking to the southeast. And what I want to show you, why is it so noisy? What are we looking at? Oh, we're still slowing down, right? We're at 5 knots. This should be... Let me turn towed array gain down a little bit. All right. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let me go back to the chart. I can show you better on the chart than what we see right there. So with the towed arrays, whenever you're looking at one bearing, you're actually looking at its ambiguous bearing at the same time, which means you're looking at 2 bearings. So whenever you're going this direction and I'm looking right here where my cursor's at, I'm also looking up where Echo 1 is at, because it's like a little V shape. And the closer you get to being perpendicular to own ship, it becomes a straight line. I'm looking south and north at the same time on towed array. This only applies towed array. But I am looking this way. So whenever I say I'm looking bearing 120 in your mind, also understand that I'm looking 060. I'm doing both at the same time. So even if he's past us and north of our position already, which he might very well be, I'm going to look 120. Towed arrays aren't stable yet. That's what's going on. Okay. Even though we were steady on course, the towed arrays behind us had not stabilized yet. So, but I'm still looking 120. You can see the bearing right there. And know that, flip that in your mind, it's 060 also. It's both. It would help if they had 119 and then they had a slash and then the ambiguous bearing. I know the last thing people want are more numbers on this display, but having that on the centigram one time would really help people understand what they're looking at. Okay, let's find a submarine. Let's find this knucklehead. Towed arrays are stable. Yep, towed array is stable. They don't stabilize that fast in real life, but hey, take a win when you can get it, right? God, where is this guy? Shoot. What's that? What frequency is this right here? Oh, that looked good for a second. We had a 600 hertz there for, or no, it wasn't 600, it was 500. Damn, man. This guy is quiet. So quiet. But this is what it's like. Like, expect to do this 1 hour at a time in sonar for 6 hours. Yeah, this is what it's like. And a lot of times, in reality, because you're not always on mission, you know, you'll see the merchants and stuff, and you kind of don't care. You just verify, yeah, it's a merchant. But whenever you're looking for a submarine, you'll have the operator doing this. You'll have the O&I rider over your right-hand shoulder. You'll have the sonar supervisor over the left. And the XO, or the WEPS, keeps poking his head in going, how's it going, sonar? Everybody awake in here? Because we ain't got no contacts in fire control yet. And, you know, you just got to tune that out. You got to stay focused. I do keep seeing some hits right here, and that's 600 hertz. You think this guy's going fast? Well, it went away. Yeah. All right, let's change our bearing a little bit. Now I'm now looking 110. We're looking more and more towards the bow. Okay, nope. Yep, still nothing there. Let's take a look. Let's look directly south. So the beam of the towed array is your best bearing in terms of bearing accuracy. It's the most narrow beam. So we're doing a very discriminatory search in this direction. If there's no contact, it won't matter, which there's not. But I did this for years underway. 20 years in the Navy, sea counters at 13 years. Obviously not every day is underway when you're on a boat, but out of 13 years of a sea counter, I probably did somewhere close to 7 years actually underway. It was close to 50%. On the Trident, it was a lot less than 50%, but I did most of my time on fast attacks, which is well over 50%. So I really don't know the exact number. That's just my best guess. But imagine doing this over a 2-decade period for 7 years. And if you're going to be a sonar tech, you got to really get down with this. You got to enjoy this. Because you're not just looking at noise. You have to know the process that's happening with the arrays as well. That helps keep your mind focused. At least it did for me. I know what this towed arrays look. I know how it's making these little white and green dots. Okay, it's fast Fourier transfer, which is like the FFT, which is the like the waterfall itself, and then the vernier is very important too. That's how wide. Like why is this dot as wide as it is? Well, that's called a vernier on your display. And whenever you go to this, the verniers are much, there's more information in each bin of your vernier. Right. So it's not as good, in my opinion. It's not as discriminate. I like to get zoomed in. You can think of it as a zoom, but be careful with that. For our purposes, I'll call it a zoom. We're zooming out in frequency, looking all the way up to 3600 hertz. Then we're looking max zoom all the way, 0 to 1200. Every sonar tech out there, having me call this a zoom is having a conniption right now. But just understand that we're teaching people how to play a sim, and I'm trying to use language that is common. And God bless America, I can't find the submarine. People have done this. Why can't I do this? I'm good at this shit. Why not this, though? Oh, the irony is hilarious. Yeah. They're like, this guy's not good at all. I'm like, I know. I'm not really proving my point, am I? Son of a gun. Oh, Wave Ops, you mock me. You cast me out. Oh, what's that? 135. We have a hit bearing 135. Oh my God. Get on 135 right now. Look at the TB29 bearing 135. Ooh, what? That's way too high in frequency. And the operator. Oh. Oh, go back to the broadband. What the hell was I looking at? I was right there. I see that. That's a thing. Obviously, the computer operators didn't see it. And you know what? They're saying towed array is not stable yet either. Those are the heading markers for the towed arrays right there. And that's the actual bow array. But it's stable enough for us to get information. That's my point. Oh, so the towed array stabilization time is actually, that's accurate. That's really good. Okay. Good job, Wave Ops. Good job. Good job. Well done. This gives you an idea how long it takes for those noodles behind us to get in line. You don't have to wait for them to be perfect either. What's that? What is that? That's 600 hertz bearing 137. Put a tracker on that. 137 right now, you silly goose. 137. Put a fucking tracker on it. There's nothing on broadband. Can I track on narrowband? Let me assign the flipping tracker. Oh no. Where'd it go? Okay, I strongly believe the contact bears 135 or the ambiguous bearing. And if it's the ambiguous bearing, he's going to be going away from us. So what is the ambiguous bearing? Let's calculate it. We're going 090. So what is 45 degrees minus, or 90 minus 45? It's 45. So he's either 045 or he's 135. He's one of those two bearings. That is him. Holy smokes. Okay, we found him. Ha! I did it. Right here. Tracker. Right here. Assign them, motherfucker. He's right there. I think we're driving in front of him. Okay. Move it down. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think we're driving in front of him. He's drawing aft on the towed array right now. Oh, come on. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Oh, he's right there. I know he's there. Get the tube ready. Open the door. Tube 1, Mark 48. We're probably going to have to shoot on a generated bearing. 1200. I'm just doing some presets for the weapon. It's going to be a submarine contact. Your run depth is going to be 400 feet. Your search depth is going to be 400 feet. Update these presets. Active, straight, homing, bearing 137. I just need a bearing to fire control now. It's all I need. Give me a... Oh, what's that? That's the echo. No. And it's wrong. It threw me way the hell off. I need Sierra 1. I'm confident that he's bearing like 140. I'm going to dig this guy out. I'm going to drag him onto my display, assign a tracker, and shoot him with one Mark 48. I know he's there. Oh my God. All right. Hold. If he's high bearing rate, he may be going behind us right now. Okay, I might have drove in front of him like I said I was. He was either going to drive in front of us or we were going to drive in front of him. Those were our two choices. Both are not good for towed array, by the way. Damn, that's a signal right there. That's him, 155. We are driving in front of him. Sonar, put a tracker on him. He's right there. You don't see him on broadband. I can mark the bearing. Maybe I can do that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to work with it. I'm going to manually, oh boy. I'm just going to use this bearing. I'm going to set Sierra 1. His range is like 2,000 yards. He's right on top of us. Oh my God. How many yards is that? Okay. His course is north. Sorry, I was doing karate again. Sorry. He's only doing 5 knots, 10 knots? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to apply that. We're just going to snapshot this bearing. Shoot that. Apply it to the weapon. Open outer door. Oh, crap. Apply it to the weapon. Tube 2. Now it's assigned. Update presets. Why are these presets? Oh, those are good. Those are good. Okay. Arm. Shoot the training weapon. Now, what you could do, and I've seen this in real life, so don't get upset, you can shoot on the ambiguous bearing if you don't know. We have 2 weapons. I could shoot one at 115 or 150 where he's at, or I could shoot the ambiguous bearing, which would be like 030, up that way too. And you'll get a hit and a miss, but you'll get a hit. And man, I'll take it. I'll take the hit. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Okay, weapons running normally. Okay, there we go. That's torpedo ejection. Wire clearance maneuver. Weapon is running towards the bearing of Sierra 1. Excellent. Once it merges on the bearing, I'm going to enable the sensor manually. I believe this guy is close. One 153. We're doing 5 knots, right? Okay. Let's go back to fire control. Oh, yeah, shit. Enable. Okay, it's searching right now. I want you to go to search mode, active sonar, enable. It's searching right now. And let's change it to snake. Oh my God, I think it's locked onto something. What's going on? It's supposed to be doing a straight line search, but it found something. It still says search. I don't know why the torpedo changed course. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send it into snake search because that's what I wanted. Snake search, update presets. Ah, CR2. Yay, new contact. That's probably him evading. Oh, it's our weapon. Oh well, here's CR3. What's going on, sonar? What you guys doing over there? 180. Our torpedo's going after something. I'm a little concerned. What the hell's over there? All right, so yeah, CR2's our weapon. Huh. I'm gonna let it search. I can always go back and look to the north. Let's see if our weapon actually sees anything. Weapon. Here we go. Our weapon is in search mode. It does not see a target. Okay. So I'm going to call that a miss, but we're not going to give up on the weapon. I'm going to go back, make sure we're doing 5 knots. We're at 900 feet. Let's go back to sonar. Let's go back to narrowband and let's find this guy. There's a torpedo, folks. Look at that. You see on your narrowband display, you put the floaties on. Yeah, you go and you get in the escape hatch. Yeah, because that's a Mark 48. You ain't dodging that. You think you're dodging? You're not dodging that. Look at that. That's terrifying. Holy smokes. Like, I can't look at that. I'm going to get, I see this shit in my nightmares. No. You know what? No. Ah, that's how you make a torpedo go away. Successfully evaded the torpedo by turning down the gain on sonar. Now, check this out. Notice how the target did not evade. He didn't launch countermeasures. He didn't do anything to make noise. Oh, yeah. Let's go to the ambiguous bearing that I was talking about, like 030, 040. And you'll notice you'll have the same tonals over here because it's the ambiguous side of the same beam. Well, our weapon's fading right as soon as I try to demonstrate that. Shoot. Oh, also, take a look at this. Ah, there we go. So what's that bearing? 170, so the other bearing would be like 120. Yeah, so if I look to the north, I see a torpedo as well. It has the same beam. It's the same. Imagine a cone, a 3-dimensional cone. If you're looking at one side of the cone, you're also looking at the other because it's all the same cone. Yeah. That probably doesn't make any sense, but it's the best way I could describe it to you. Yeah, we missed. We straight up missed. Damn it. This mission kicks my butt. The people who have done this mission said to stay at periscope depth, which is why I wrestled with coming down to 900 feet. But I came down to 900 feet because that's where the sound's at. Yeah, that's where the sound's at. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Well, oh, what's going on with what? Hold up. What the hell's the torpedo doing? Oh, no. No. Why is it doing this? I was not... Oh, no. Free account. It says, please don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, thank you, free account. Thank you for the super chat, too. I appreciate that. Yeah. You guys like how I evade torpedoes? Yeah. Or not evade. This torpedo just turned right around on us. That's our weapon. That's the alert you're hearing. I wonder if the automated crewman on fire control updated the weapon solution, and that's why it's going right in on Sierra 1. I'm going to let this play out. It should not hit us. If this was a war shot, I would shut this thing down immediately. But because it's a training shot, and I've only got 2 of these, it's possible our target is north of our position by this point. Yeah, you see how it's lined up right on Sierra 1? What I think happened, because Fire Control still has control over the solution for Sierra 1, is that he updated the solution and then also updated the weapon. That's his responsibility. Yep. What's funny is the weapon should see us and it doesn't. Or it's ignoring us. And it would be accurate for it to ignore us. Well, that's not true. Scratch that. There's other things involved that are not in the game that will prevent this from happening. I'm just going to leave that right there. If you know, you know. There's probably people in the chat that know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to let this play out because it's a video game. Yeah, and so even though the weapon is in search mode, Fire Control keeps steering it onto Sierra 1, that's good. That's what we want Fire Control to do. But we also want Sierra 1 to be an actual contact. I thought it was... Uh-oh. Hold up. Oh, shit. You motherfucker. Fire Control, please save us. Fire Control, hit the disable button. I want you to pay attention to this sound. Because this is what it's like being off the coast of another country that you're not supposed to be there on, and that fucking Utiloy's coming right at you, and it gave me nightmares for years, because I had to report this every time it updated, and it was getting louder and closer, and it was my first mission, and I was terrified. Oh, I can't listen to that anymore. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay. He's back on target. Good job, Fire Control, saving us and everything and all that. All right, let's change Sierra 1. Speed's 10 knots. Course is north. Yep. Uh-oh. I didn't expect that to happen. His bearing is, we're going to go with 340. Well, thank you for sharing in my trauma there for just a moment. I'm not sure what happened. Let's go back and take a look at the weapon. Where's my torpedo at? Okay, it's going through our baffles. Let's take a look at that on sonar so you guys get an idea of what that's at. This torpedo should have came back into broadband detection range. It did, yeah. There's our weapon coming back at us. That is a torpedo going into the baffles, folks. Holy crap. That's the last thing you see before you explode. Man. Thank you for the trauma. Oh my God. Yeah. If you see that, it's too late. You're dead. All right, so we do have a good broadband down to 180. I still think it's the weapon. But we can verify that by looking at bearing 180. Huh. Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Who the hell's down at 180 if it's not our weapon? Who's this? Oh, it is our weapon. There he is. Yeah. The game seems to be very black and white. You either have the contact or you don't. Like, that didn't fade in at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's torpedo. Look at all those lines right there. So what you're looking at here is relative blade rate. And then all of its harmonics, because it's just, it's resonating. Yeah. And what you have in there, you have one shaft with multiple blades in a propulsor type configuration. And you get the difference between the two different blades. I'm going to stop there. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. But that's why we're seeing two lines and then all of its harmonics. Fucking Daryl just had a heart attack. I'm sorry, Daryl. Get out of the van. Go get some fresh air, buddy. Oh, but this is a great example of the ambiguous bearings I was talking about. This contact is this contact. We're looking, the same towed array beam is looking this direction and that one. Yep, that's going to confuse the hell out of everybody until you guys get used to how it processes. And I don't know, like, you can visually show someone how this works. It's hard to describe with words, how the towed array processes bearings. You have to Google like an image of a beamform TB23, TB16, TB34, choose your towed array. And maybe that's public. I don't know. I'm sure it is. Why? What's going on? What? did I lose the, oh, I'm on lab. Duh. I was on the wrong array. All right, let's find out where our torpedo is. Oh, there he goes. There goes my torpedo. Watch him as he goes. All right, so now our torpedo is now looking up to the north in case our, target went by him. Uh-oh. Went by us, sorry. Okay, so he's still in snake search, looking left, looking right. Oof. Man, I'm pretty certain I had 600 hertz. But clearly we did not hit the target in the direction I was looking. What I don't want, you know what? We don't want the fire controlman to update the torpedo again. We're about to run out of wire. We're about to run out of the ability to update the torpedo. So let's secure Sierra 1 and Weapon 1. Okay. Tubes. Yeah, stop updating the tubes. Stop assigning solutions. Oh, holy smokes. I can do it here? Oh, we got to try that. I didn't know that they had that in the game. Oh my God. I don't have to do it manually. I can just do that. Fuck yeah. Okay. Oh man, if I could one-click fire point procedures, we're good. Never miss again. Never what? Never miss again. All right. Yeah, I'm going to let that torpedo go off into the ether, off to the north. I just don't want it turned around coming back at us because you only have so much wire. Your wire is about half the torpedo's actual range. So the second half on a very long shot, the torpedo's on its own. And if it sees you, well, guess what's coming back? Yeah. So, but with it already being halfway away from you, it shouldn't have enough fuel to come all the way back unless you've been driving towards it the whole time, which you shouldn't be doing that anyway, right? That's kind of the thinking behind that. Plus that wire's really heavy. You don't want to have more than you need, All right. So yeah, there's no contact up there. Let's read some chat. I haven't read chat in 3 hours. People are bailing on me. They're like, this guy won't read my comment. Yeah. Sorry. Captain Rex here. How's it going, Captain? All right. Saw your 120-day underway water interview. Tales from the cockpit. You did great. Oh, thank you, Zarthal. Yeah, I was a little nervous about that, but I got a lot of positive comments. People want to see more, but I assure you, you probably don't. I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, if that podcast went so well, maybe I should do another one. But I think the answer is don't. If you guys want to see a podcast of my stories, go watch that one, the 10% podcast. Because all I would do is tell those same stories on a different person's YouTube channel. I don't mind doing that, but it's not going to be new material. It's like going to see a comic or a band. A band's a bad example. Jokes are funny the first time you hear them, more funny. And so when you go see a comic, it's pretty good. You go see the same comic on a second show, you may still enjoy the experience, but the actual joke is not as funny. And that's the same way with doing interviews and podcasts. When you're talking about events that happened 30 years ago, is that event happened 30 years ago and it's not going to change. That story is the same, So I really enjoyed I was honored to even be asked to be on a podcast. That was nice. That hasn't happened in like 10 years. We were on a podcast about 8 or 9 years ago called the Tom and Dan podcast. Those knuckleheads are hilarious, by the way. If you want to see something funny, they're on Twitch. Yeah, they stream their show on Twitch, and it's called Tom and Dan podcast. A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, I think it's called. Those guys are great. I definitely do them again just because I've done them before and they're pretty funny. I like those two knuckleheads. But yeah, so yeah, definitely you do it. The guy's name is Steve, the guy that runs the interviews. And, I got to get back to him too. He sent me an email and I forgot about it. Shoot. Write that down. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's my thing at? Make a note to self. I got to email Steve back. He asked me a question. I never got it back to him. Sorry, Steve, if you're watching. It's been a little busy, as you might imagine. Email Steve-O. All right, that's some homework for me after the... Oh, hey, what's our weapon doing? Fire control? What have you done? Why'd it turn around again? No, no, no. Uh-oh. Oh, we lost the wire. Oh. All right. Listen up, folks. We're about to go to torpedo evasion, but I cannot do it with the towed arrays extended. We're going to retract. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This might take a minute. Please hurry up. Please hurry up. The torpedo doesn't see us yet, but it's coming back down in our direction, and it has plenty of fuel to get to where we are. Come on. At 2/3, we're going to start walking away from it. You can only retract these towed arrays one at a time. I'm doing the long one first. We're coming up to 10 knots as we do it. Reel that sumbitch in. We're about to go torpedo evasion. Okay, retract. Oh, it says retracting. Good, 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 good. Okay. Oh, torpedo evasion. Now, technically, I would call torpedo evasion and do this, but... oh my God, we have no decoys. Well, shit. Okay. Retract it faster. Retract it faster. Okay. Torpedo evasion. Head flank cavitate. Come right, steer course 120. Uno, dos, zero. We are going to try and run the hell away from our torpedo. And I'm going to play this out because I think the torpedo may, despite our best efforts, may still see us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's backwards. Okay, now we're just looking at hull arrays. This is the lab array on the bow. This is the lab array and lower update rate. Ooh. All right, that's our new stern marker. Let's turn off narrowband update. We don't need this anymore. Let's go to the chart so you guys can imagine what we're doing here. There we go. Okay, so the submarine that was down by Point Uniform went by us at some point. We may have never seen it. I don't know. I think I did see it for a short time. I knew that would be my only chance to shoot it, so I took a shot, missed, steered the weapon, fire control did, back to the north, looked for it in case it had passed us to the north as we expected it to do, missed a second time. Our wire ran out. There's less than half a fuel tank of fuel in that torpedo at this point when the wire runs out, but it still has half a fuel tank of fuel. And so all it has to do is come back. Well, last bearing we had was it coming back to the southwest. I'm turning 90 degrees away from that southwest direction and getting the hell out of Dodge. Did I set the mood lighting? I did, right? Yeah, we're good, we're good. I thought maybe the mood lighting was wrong, but no, it's fine. All right, so what are we doing now? We're doing 35 knots at 900 feet, having a good old time, running from our own weapon, and I got to talk to the CHOP as to why we don't have any countermeasures on board. We should have a couple. How are you going to do a war game with evasion with no countermeasures? We're about to die from a training shot. Yeah. How do you not keep having no decoys? I don't know. I think somebody might be selling them on eBay. That's what I think is happening. Have you missed much? No. Everything went swimmingly well, sir. Swimmingly well. Yep. Didn't miss nothing. Kind of boring, actually. Yep, a little bit boring. Now, our torpedo, on the other hand, he missed the submarine. That happened. Want to buy U.S. military sonar decoy? Yeah, right? Exactly, Somkin. If you search eBay right now, I bet you find, oh my God, what do they call it? I forget the number of it. It might be on the screen here. Let me check. Let's see if it's got the military name. I mean, it's a Mark III and a Mark IV. It's an ADC, Mark III, Mark IV. Yeah, someone, just for giggles, if you don't mind, going on to eBay and look for a ADC Mark III, MK3. It's ADC space MK3. You can also put an MK4 in there, and they could do a decoy, masker, jammer. All those keywords would probably apply depending on the version you're looking for. Yeah. See if somebody's... That'd be kind of funny if somebody's on eBay. Also highly illegal. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. If you find one, report that shit. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, we did have total ray contact, but that was our weapon. That was always the weapon. And it did fool me for a while. I thought maybe we actually had him. Oh, it's too bad. Man, we missed twice. Or 3 times now, son of a gun. This is the 3rd time I've tried this mission and I keep failing it. Oh, it's so bad. And like, when you look at the SSP, I don't know where else we could have gone. I mean, we'll see in the debrief what's going on. I saw somebody said something about 400 feet. The ADC Mark III is a record stylus? Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, don't report that. That's not what I was talking about. No matches on eBay. Thank you for checking there, Dresser. Yeah. That would have been kind of awkward if you had actually found one, because then we would have to, like, fucking deal with it. Yeah. Good job, Navy people in the supply chain, not selling stuff illegally on eBay. Unlike the Army guy, or was it Marine Corps? It might have been a Marine Corps enlisted guy was running a supply depot somewhere in one of the California bases. Might have been Arizona too, somewhere out west. And I don't know why or how, but apparently he was selling, not necessarily on eBay, selling stuff out of the armory. Like weapons. Yeah. I don't know anything else about that story because I read the headline and I laughed my ass off. I couldn't finish reading it. I was like, that is probably the dumbest motherfucker in the U.S. military. But the fact that he did it for a period of at least months, it might have been longer, I didn't read the story, and got away with it to a certain extent, right? Is nobody doing a count? Like, I worked in an armory for about 4 months while I was on shore duty because 9/11 had happened, and so we all got reassigned to different roles for security force reasons. Anyway, you don't want to know about that. But every time I took over the armory, we inventoried every bullet, every magazine, every pistol, shotgun. We had weapons. We had the Mark 48 machine gun. We had to inventory all those visually. Me and the guy I was relieving together sign off on it, and then 2-person control on the inside the armory for our entire shift, which was 12 hours. And then when the other guy came on, they would count it. I'd give them the form. They would sign off on it, and I was allowed to go home. So your 12-hour shift ended up being closer to 13, almost 14 hours because you had to get there early for the inventory and inventory all this stuff, and then do it again at the end of your shift. Yeah, long ass days. Apparently none of that shit was happening with that guy running the inventory. I'm pretty sure it was Marine Corps. Yeah, I hate to throw the Marines under the bus, but I remember it being the Marine Corps story. Yeah, does anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the Mark 48 was your poppy. Yeah. What's funny is the Mark 48 is also the name of the weapon, or the torpedo, but it's also a machine gun. I don't know if it's a light machine gun. It doesn't feel light at all. It's kind of heavy, but it might technically be a light machine gun. Yeah. Just a matter of making sure the paperwork is in order. Yeah, I'm sure he was gun decking the paperwork. Yeah, and I guess he thought he could get away with it. And then also, who is buying this stuff? Go get that guy. It was probably, obviously, criminals, but I was going to say like drug gangs or something, right? Yeah. Could you imagine buying like an AT-4 anti-tank rocket? Oh my God. Yeah. I'm not saying that's what he sold, but I could imagine that happening. That'd be a fun day at the range. You'd get kicked off so fast, but it'd be after you had your fun. You'd be like, I'm leaving now because the thing's on fire. You fired your AT-4 on an indoor range, pistol range. Yeah. 200 or 25 yards that way, the wall's on fire. Everybody's deaf. You're just waving. Yeah. Let's see. Big Bang Theory says the UK has a surplus of Russian sonar buoys. Really? They fell out of an airplane? Russian sonar buoys fell out of a Russian airplane? That's hilarious. You know a guy. Oh my God. The Russians sell anything and everything. Yeah, they've always been corrupt. Well, look at the American, but the thing with the, well, from what I remember at the end of the Cold War and the transition to what became Russia today is there was a lot of corruption in the supply chain, as there had always been, but it had become like industrialized to the point to where it was expected. And the people that suffered the most were the people at the bottom of the supply chain. They didn't have their equipment, essentially. And it was all the officers and even senior enlisted selling anything that they could and get away with it, from fuel to anything. And that all got exposed publicly whenever they started the Ukraine war years ago, because they didn't have any of what the paperwork said that they had. Like fuel to get to Kyiv, They even bring food with them, It was so dumb. Yeah. Oh, you still got some blanks? Yeah, 40 millimeter chalk rounds. Oh, wow. That'd be fun. Yeah, I kind of enjoy that. All right, well, we're going to go turn ourselves into the Admiral here for probably court-martial for completely jacking up this mission. Once again, I failed the campaign mission. That's like a whole topic over on certain Discords. They're like, he can't even do the first mission. Technically true. Did I ever see him? No, I never did. Oh, let's watch the replay. I almost forgot about this part. Ooh, okay. You guys can see that, right? All right. So our target was south of us, as he always is. So I'm just going to assume that's always the case. That's him right there. Let's turn off sensor data. I'll do one without sensor data so we can see what really happened. I don't care about all these other submarines because we'd never had them. I don't think. I did have a 600 hertz for sure. Like, I honestly believe that. I wasn't making that up. Oh. Our turn. Okay. Man. What? That was him, and I shot him. What's his range right there? That's his real position. That was a great shot. Holy crap. How did that miss? Oh my God. He's doing his snake search. The torpedo's not seeing him. It saw him right there. It hit him. That was a hit. Oh, and that's when we saw it turn around. We got a hit. Yay, finally. Oh my God. Okay. I don't feel nearly as bad now. So I was not hallucinating. We saw 600 hertz and we shot him and we got a hit. The weapon should have shut down right there. I don't know why it didn't. Maybe because it missed, but it certainly hit. Okay. Now let's turn off that. Let's turn on sensor data. So this was my manually generated target based on my 600 hertz. Let's compare that to true. He's actually down here. So not great. I'll accept that. I shoot Sierra 1, and then this is where I turn him into snake search. I think actually fire control made this turn. I wasn't sure why he did that, but I definitely enabled snake search at some point. Yeah, and there he is snaking, snake searching, locks on, goes right to him. That's a hit. Did we not get credit for the hit? I know this is a two-part mission. Like after you hit the submarine, you got to go to a transit point that we never went to. But I'm not sure how this thing scores the hit. I definitely failed the mission. It says it right there. Okay. Well, we did it.